Welcome to our Fridays at First podcast. My name is Richard Gibbons and I'm a member of the pastoral staff here at First Presbyterian Church in downtown Greenville in South Carolina. It is good to have you with us today. Here in the United States, this weekend is Labor Day weekend. And along with Labor Day weekend, we are beginning the college football season, and the hot halcyon days of summer are beginning to fade into the rear view mirror, and we realise that the year is going past far too quickly. This past week, I mentioned this to a friend, and he reminisced a little by telling me he had a happy childhood. In fact, he said, some of my fondest memories were of my dad rolling me down a hill in my neighbourhood after placing me inside an old car tyre. He finished by saying, those were the good years. The old ones are always the best, and for the dads and granddads listening, please feel free to inflict this on your children and grandchildren over the Labor Day weekend. As I mentioned moments ago, it is Labor Day weekend, and several of our Sunday Life groups will not be meeting. This means that our youth groups are not meeting on Sunday morning either, and there will not be any children's Sunday school. However, there will be early church nursery from 8:15 to 9:30 and kids church 10:30 to just after noon. If you are planning to attend any of these normally scheduled events, please check with your group leader. And today I'm delighted on your behalf to welcome my genial co-host, Michelle Ward, whose special guest is Chelsea Fraser. Ladies, welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Richard, and happy Friday, everyone. I am so excited to introduce our guest today. She has actually been on the podcast a couple of times, most recently talking about how to stay creative this past summer. Welcome, Chelsea Fraser.
Hey, Michelle.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Glad to be back again.
So glad to have you back. And, after our summer roundtable podcast, we got a lot of feedback. I know we did. I know I did about the staying creative, and I think you did as well. Is that right?
Yeah, it's been wonderful just to see and hear how God is using creativity in individual lives, and then it's just always cool to see how He gets to use us.
Absolutely.
It's really cool.
Absolutely. Well, and what we're talking about today is just some of the really unique events. We've got some new art exhibitions coming up very soon, starting actually next Friday.
That's right.
As well as some concerts that vary from piano to folk music to just all-out worship band music. So we are happy to have you here to tell us a little bit about what those events are and how people can come and see them.
Thanks. Well, first, I would love to just get the chance to share for anybody listening kind of why we do these public events.
Right.
So there are two really big reasons. One is that we really want to serve artists who have been called to stand into this kind of vocation of loving people by showing them what God has shown them,
Absolutely.
And what He's led them to make.
Right.
And so we get to serve artists by putting their work on our walls, and we get to serve artists by inviting them to come and perform music that they've made and share what God's doing in their life with us.
Right.
And so that's a really important part. But the other reason is that we believe that God uses our work, even our creative work, to encourage, to speak to us. And so it's a really beautiful opportunity for all of you in the congregation, for your friends in the community, for friends that you know who are creatives or who are hurting or who are asking questions that go to different churches, to invite them into a place where they can see other perspectives and get a glimpse of what God might be saying to them.
Absolutely.
And so it is a joy to be able to find artists that love God and that who God is speaking to, and then to see their work and receive God's speaking to us
through that,
through those things. It's really an amazing thing. And so this fall, we've got some really beautiful things to share. Like you mentioned, our first kind of event is the opening of our next exhibition on levels 1 and 2 in the A building in our Worship and Arts Center. And that show is called Mending a Heart, One Brushstroke at a Time. And we're featuring work by artist Susanna Chetta.
Yep.
She's a Southern regional watercolor painter. And this exhibition is exclusively work that she has made in response to the death of her adult daughter.
And I knew her daughter.
Julie Acheta, lived in Greenville for a long time. So some of you may know
brilliant, beautiful
Julie.
girl.
Yes. And so this is her mother and her mother's response to the loss of her daughter. And so these pieces are beautiful. They're vibrant. They are
Vulnerable.
they're vulnerable. They're full of pain. They're full of healing. And it is just even seeing these pieces, digitally is moving. And so seeing them in person, where you can feel the dimensionality of the actual texture, is
vibrant colors.
It is really going to be powerful. And so Suzanne will be here on Friday next week for this opening. I would love for you all to come. And I'm talking with Dawn about seeing if there might be another event coming up to talk about grief within the context of this show.
Sure.
So
that's going to be great. So that's
on
Friday,
the horizon.
September the 5th at 6.
From 6 to 8.
6 to 8 in these.
You can just drop in.
Okay, Sturgis
the Worship
Gathering
and Arts
area.
Center. Yeah, Sturgis Gathering, and we'll have artwork on levels 1 and 2.
That's
and
wonderful.
as you come to church after that, please feel free to stop and look.
Yeah.
You may just walk in and dropping off kids and heading into worship. But I would encourage you to just add 5 or 10 minutes to your walk, to pause, especially if something grabs your eye. Just let yourself stop and prepare your heart for worship, or prepare your heart after you've worshiped to receive what God might have to show you.
Right. I had a friend who recently lost a child, and I just don't think there's anything else that could be more devastating.
No.
But to see, the way that God does support other people, and I love this, especially their gifts and the creative gifts that He's given this mom, and for her to share that. So, well, that's wonderful. Y'all, please come to that. And then what's next after that?
So about a week later, on September 13th, the following Saturday, we will be having a concert in the Harper Chapel.
Okay.
By pianist and composer David Neveu.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know his name, chances are, if you like kind of piano arrangements of hymns, you've probably heard some of his music, because he's been writing music and composing arrangements of hymns and religious songs for decades.
Beautiful music.
And so this is going to be a really beautiful contemplative time, a really intimate time to kind of worship together as we lift our hearts, remembering the words of some of these songs, but also just to bask in the beauty of music.
I was going to say, just sit back and listen.
Just to sit back and listen.
He is so talented.
Yes, it's going to be a wonderful concert. And David is a delightful storyteller as well. And so this is going to be a really beautiful experience in the chapel on September 13th. Tickets are available. Yeah, they're online. They're not expensive. So grab a handful and come and see.
Wonderful. Okay. And then after that, we've got...
After that, we move into October.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the exhibition that is on the 3rd floor of Matthew Baumgartner's work, you still have about a month to go and see it. That's going to close in October.
Yeah.
So there's not an event, but if you've kind of had it on your list of things to do, maybe put it a little further up the list so that you don't miss out on seeing that show. But in October, on the 9th, we have Joel Ansett coming.
Oh, yeah.
And Joel is a person that you don't forget.
Yes.
Joel came and was the opener for the Grey Havens
twice,
year
which was
ago.
a year ago.
Year and a half ago, when they first came and to visit us here.
That's right.
And man, his music and his heart are so winsome and vulnerable and full of the Spirit. And so we we wanted to have him back and just get to spend some time with Joel all to ourselves.
Yeah.
So he's going to be doing a concert on Thursday, October 9th in the student program space, actually.
Oh,
so
yeah. That's an intimate concert.
Yeah,
really
it'll
sweet.
be a really intimate concert. You're not going to want to miss it. Tickets are, we only have a certain number of tickets to sell. So, again, grab a couple now. They're on sale right now.
Yeah, bring some friends.
For October
Go downtown
9th.
for dinner.
Absolutely. And you won't regret it.
Yeah.
You feel free to check him out and his music. Follow him on Instagram. But he's a really special person, and so we're really excited to be able to have him.
Okay. Yeah, and you all, just while we're talking to you, you can follow the FPC Arts. It's FPC_arts on Instagram, and you can hear, music and see the art from all the folks that Chelsea's talking about right now. All right, and then we've got one final big one that's coming up in October.
Yes. Also, I think it's the 17th.
It's October 17th.
Yeah, October 17th. Sidewalk Prophets are coming. And
love 'em.
We are so excited to be able to have another band come and just basically lead us in a night of worshiping Jesus together.
Yeah.
So they'll
Lots
be here
of
on the
well-known
17th.
songs that- Smile.
And they also have a new album that that they're touring with right now. So I'm sure we will hear familiar favorites,
Right.
as well as encounter some new things. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited that they get to come as well, and kind of round out our performance season. But we do have one more art opening.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
On November 7th, we'll open our next show in the Lens Gallery on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
And we, the Lord changed our plans a little bit. So we're really excited by what we get to show. We get to show a collection of works by a man from Japan named Sadao Watanabe, who lived during the 20th century.
Okay.
And he was a believer. And that's really unusual. But maybe what's more unusual is that he does religious work.
Oh, wow.
So he has a lot of depictions of biblical stories that are in sort of an illustrative Japanese style.
Okay.
And so it's just a really powerful, again, sort of a reframing of stories that we already know,
Right.
and we already love, but looking at them from a different cultural lens and depicted in a fresh way. So we're really excited to be able to share that exhibition, which is called Witness to the Faith,
Oh, cool.
and to share that exhibition with everyone. So that opening will be on November 7th, again, from 6 to 8. All of our gallery openings are on a first Friday night from 6 to 8. So if you're ever, wondering about it, there's one coming. If you get the right month, it's always the Friday from 6 to 8.
Yeah,
the first
that's
one.
wonderful. Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for giving everyone kind of a heads up on what's happening, what's coming up. And thank you for your heart and how you love you're an artist and how you love to serve, and just your why behind why you like to serve, because I think that's what's so important. We're not just putting on shows and events and art galleries. We really are hoping to serve artists in a way that really magnifies the Lord, but also serve people who come and enjoy in what the artist's gifts are, and just really and hopefully find maybe their own creativity.
Right. Well, and I'm really glad that you said that, because we are currently looking for ways that more people can share that heart with us to serve artists that are right next door.
Oh yeah, and you want to be an ambassador. Is that right?
Yeah. And so if you're interested in the arts, or you know somebody who's a creative and God keeps bringing them to your mind and you aren't really sure exactly how to walk alongside them, we would love to hear from you, and help provide some tools and get you plugged into some ways that we can, not only love on artists that are, touring performers or professionals, but who are literally our neighbors.
Absolutely.
And this community is full of them. And
So
so I
many creative
guarantee
people.
you know somebody.
Oh,
and
for
we would
sure.
love for you to walk alongside them with us.
Okay, well, they can contact you, right, Chelsea?
They absolutely can, yeah.
All right. Well, y'all heard her. Contact Chelsea if you are interested in walking alongside an artist or bringing a new artist maybe to the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything art related. Chelsea is all in. And you can, again, go to www.firstpresgreenville.org/events for all of these events. And please, even if you're not a covenant partner or friends, just invite them to these things if this is something of interest. And we just appreciate you, Chelsea, and all you do. And we'll have you back again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Always.
Michelle and Chelsea, we deeply appreciate all you do for us and our community. As we continue to move into this Labour Day weekend, let me focus on Sunday. Please give a warm First Pres welcome on Sunday to Oliver Lawless and his colleague from Switch as they bring us an update on this vital ministry of fighting human trafficking. Our Moment for Mission is a powerful reminder of the importance of supporting ministries to those who are in extreme need. On Sunday, we will also welcome baby George Charles Hayes III, along with his proud parents as they accompany him for his baptism at the 11 o'clock service. And finally, we will also be continuing our new series of sermon studies in the life of Abraham as we explore together Genesis chapter 13, verses 1 through 15. Relationships are not always easy to navigate, so please take a moment, read the passage as we see how God assists Abraham to respond to a rather tricky relational family challenge. Meanwhile, I trust you have a great weekend and I look forward to welcoming you on Sunday. Thanks for listening.